Hello, everybody, and thank you so much for being with us here on Atlanta News First Plus. We've got a lot to get you caught up on at this hour. We are following several top stories right now. One that I want to bring to your attention is breaking news that we've been on top of now for several hours. By the way, I'm Rick Baptiste here checking in from the First Alert Desk. We've had an issue out there regarding MARTA. The man who police say shot two MARTA officers overnight is still on the run at this hour. Atlanta News First Don Shipman has been staying on top of this story. He's outside of Grady Memorial Hospital where those officers are being treated.
I talked over the phone with the MARTA police chief, and he tells me that both officers are going to be okay. So that's the good news in all of this. One officer was shot in the arm, and he's going into surgery. The other officer was grazed in the knee and is expected to be released at any moment. Now, the police chief also tells me that they've identified the suspect, but that suspect is still on the run. Take a look. This is what the 5 Point station looked like overnight. You can see all of those police officers. You can see it's all cordoned off right there. Police are saying that the shooting happened shortly after midnight when officers tried to stop a person from urinating on the platform. Investigators say that the man became agitated, pulled a gun, and shot both officers before running away. MARTA police managed to track the man using their extensive camera network 2 stops away to the West End station, where they say that he tossed his weapon. Now, during the exchange at 5 Points, one of the officers managed to fire her weapon but didn't hit anyone, I'm told. And during all of this, passengers were being redirected away from 5 Points.
I don't really know what happened. The lady just said that we got to get off at the train station, Petrie Center. Yeah, she wasn't really telling her where to go for real. She just told her to get out. She told her just go upstairs. It's gonna be a bus or something.
Now, MARTA is running as normal this morning, and again, that suspect still on the run. We're being told that the U.S. Marshals Task Force is actively searching for him. We're outside Grady Memorial Hospital. Don Shipman, Atlanta News First.
Well, it's good to know that those officers are going to be okay, but of course we're thinking of them in this time where they're recovering right now, so we'll be sure to keep you posted on how those recovery efforts are going, and you'll have an update from Atlanta News First Don Shipman coming up on Atlanta News First at noon. Another story that we're watching right now is out of DeKalb County. That's just one of several school districts now considering installing vape sensors at their high schools. We know that vaping has become more and more popular among teenagers across the country, and that is where we find Atlanta News First reporter Chelsea Byamfor. She's there this morning outside the district headquarters.
The DeKalb County School District will meet next week to discuss possibly purchasing new vape detectors for their schools. If they are approved by the board, over 400 Halo Smart sensors would be installed at all 26 high schools across the district and cost about $1.5 million. The detectors would likely be installed in restrooms and locker rooms where students most often vape. That sensor will monitor air quality and then notify school staff if it detects chemicals in vape products like nicotine. A woman named Kelly Heron with the organization Parents Against Vaping said her daughter had a vaping addiction when she was in high school.
She would vape in the bathrooms at school and vape at home as well, but we didn't know because it was so easy to hide. I think it would have maybe helped the problem not get so bad in the first place.
And though youth e-cigarette use has declined, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration says e-cigarettes are still the most widely used tobacco product amongst young people. Reporting in DeKalb County, Chelsea Byamfor, Atlanta News First.
All right, Chelsea, thanks for that there. Right now, there are some new road improvements and construction that you need to know about. Definitely going to slow you down if you're out in DeKalb County, and this is all for the upgrades that are being made to DeKalb County's crumbling water infrastructure. Now, here's the sad news that it actually might impact part of your morning commute. The county telling us that this is all to replace a 7,100-foot pipe between Sam's Crossing and Lakeshore Drive. Businesses in that area so that they're concerned about how this construction work is going to have an impact on its sales. Shops in the Avondale Estates neighborhood have huge open signs that have been put up for several weeks, but employees of those stores tell us that customers have been complaining and that they've seen a dip in sales as a result of the construction. It is important to note that this construction will go through October, and it is going to be one of those situations where outside of Saturday, that road is going to be closed. All right, so that construction on that road and others nearby between 7 p.m. and 7 a.m. again until October. That's Sunday through Friday. Saturday is the only day that they won't be out there, and there may be a couple of other exceptions, but of course the county will be sure to update us and we'll update you. The county has previously said that the College Avenue water main replacement project is going to be finished by December. All right, y'all ready for some football? It's just about that time, and hopefully these Dirty Birds can do a little better than what they usually do, all right? Bud Light is helping Atlanta Falcons fans cheer on the Dirty Birds again this upcoming season. So as you're enjoying the hot wings, the pizza, and all the other classics, the brewer has unveiled its limited edition team beer cans for the upcoming season. The Falcons' first regular season game is set for September 7th when Tampa Bay comes to town. All right, I'm going to try to do something that I have not had to do. So, Courtney, I hope you are ready to come on camera, but I hope I can adjust this camera for you.
That's the trick.
This is
Oh,
what
there
you
we go.
call OTT right
See
here.
this?
Okay, so
I don't got my heels on or anything today.
just
either.
so you know, Courtney Jacobazzi is not very tall.
No, 5'1".
And we love her for her petite self. But I want to take a moment, and I'm sorry that I can't fix this camera on the fly because she knows how to do this a little bit better than me. But I do want to take a moment just to put the spotlight on Courtney because she has been so good to this station here for the past 3 years. And unfortunately, today is Courtney's last day.
Oh.
Courtney, we are going to miss you around here.
I'm going to miss you guys. It's been so wonderful to be able to tell everyone the weather, keep them updated on the roads, those crazy roads. But you guys have been wonderful. Our morning team, I know everyone can kind of see it on air. How they see how we interact on air is like how we are in real life. We are truly friends,
A family. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just wonderful. It's really rare to find that in a station. So it's just been so wonderful. But whoa, we're going the whole opposite direction. I just magically grew 10 inches.
I wish you guys could have seen all of our digital team behind the scenes. They gave me probably the dirtiest look for pulling
what is
Courtney
he
on here
doing?
with all this headroom in the shot. I am so sorry to everybody, but I just couldn't do it on the fly like I wanted to.
This is what we call TV
but,
magic.
Yes,
but anyway.
that's right. But Courtney, you've been such a pleasure to work with. I mean, Courtney, when she comes in dark and early in the morning,
early.
she's got such a positive spirit. She, usually will check in with the producers of the shows and say, hey, here's the weather for the day. She, along with Rodney Harris, they all get a chance to. But Courtney just comes in. She's got that positive and vibrant spirit. You know we are going to miss that because that's necessary for as early as we have to be up in the morning.
That's right.
That is so necessary.
You know, I try. It takes a lot of coffee and Jesus, man. That's what
Yeah.
it is. Every day.
Heavy on the Jesus for sure,
Heavy
all
on
right?
the Jesus. But yeah, it's just been a joy to be here. I'll miss you guys, and they know where I'm going. I'll announce it on my social media later, but always welcome to visit. Come see me. But can't thank the people of Atlanta and the surrounding areas just putting their trust in me and everything. It's been wonderful. So, and I'll announce where I'm heading, where my journey is taking me next on my social media in the next few days. So they can follow me there. But it's been wonderful. Thank you for, giving me some attention here. You know what I mean? You just know
yeah.
I love to be put on the spot and the center of attention. So
Aren't you here every day? So we might as
That's
well.
true.
I'm
I
just
know.
saying.
I love y'all.
So yeah, y'all will still be stuck with me at 10 o'clock. We'll let you know what meteorologist is going to be coming in for Courtney. But today, again, her last day. But Courtney, I think I speak on behalf of the people who are watching and all of those here in this newsroom. We are so happy for you. We're excited
you.
for you. This is a loss for us, but we are excited about what is next. And I can't wait for you to be able to share that news to everybody.
Awesome.
We're all supporting and rooting you and
Thank
rooting
you.
for you and cheering you on. All right.
So sweet.
Good. All right, let's talk your weather because as we take a live look outside, it's a bit gloomy out there.
People, the weather's sad. I'm leaving too, clearly.
Apparently.
Look at that, a little cloudy out there. Yeah, but you know what, folks? We do have a pretty nice forecast this weekend for the folks getting ready to kick off their Saturday, get rid of Friday, one more day until we could finally claim the weekend as ours. And it's not going to be a half-bad weekend. In fact, we did drop the first alert weather day for Sunday, because it does look like it's trending a little bit drier for Sunday, which is good news. So we will be excited for some drier conditions so you can get out and about for your weekend. However, we do have a first alert weather day for this upcoming Monday. So as you go back to work and school next week, you'll definitely want to take the umbrella with you, and I'll take you through everything you need to know when it comes to your forecast for Monday. As you go back to work and school next week, higher rain chances for next Monday. That's the reason for our first alert weather day. We could have some thunderstorms as well, but not expecting any severe weather next Monday, which is good news, but definitely some heavy downpours in any of the showers and storms that develop. You know what that could do to the roadways, could definitely lead to some ponding in the roadways next Monday. We'll be able to give you those finer details the closer to the day. High temperatures today, very similar to yesterday. Because of the cloud cover that kind of started a little earlier today and also is going to linger through about the middle of the afternoon, that'll keep temperatures a touch cooler. And if you can see off in the distance here in Lake Lanier, you can see that flag kind of blowing in the breeze on that sailboat there. The breeze is going to kind of keep the atmosphere a little mixed. That doesn't allow temperatures to warm quite as quickly. So that'll hold temperatures just a couple degrees cooler today. 81 for a high in Blairsville, 83 in Atlanta, 84 in Carrollton today. While it is pretty cloudy out there right now, I do expect sunshine to return a little bit later this afternoon. Let's take you through First Alert Futurecast and kind of plan through the rest of your Friday. I know you're probably getting ready for your Friday night. By noon, a few showers could start to develop, mainly east of Atlanta. That's where our focus is going to be for showers today and up in the mountains. Essentially, a low is trying to develop down near Florida, kind of on the Florida-Georgia line, and that's going to help wrap around some showers into our area, but they're really not going to make it into the city of Atlanta. It's mostly going to be to the east of the city and, again, up in the mountains later today. Here's a look at 2 o'clock. More widely scattered showers starting to develop. Not really expecting much of thunderstorm activity. Much like yesterday, some of those showers from the mountains that are coming in kind of from the northeast could make it into North Metro, places like Cherokee County, Bartow County. But notice, excuse me, showers mostly east of the city as we go into the evening tonight. This is a new model run. It is showing a little more activity than what we were originally anticipating. But 6 o'clock, if you have any dinner plans, some of those showers streaming in from the mountains could interrupt your dinner plans tonight, but definitely not a washout. If you live in Atlanta and kind of surrounding areas, you're going to be mostly dry through the evening tonight. Our best chance for rain, again, up in the mountains and then in East Georgia through the evening between about 2 and 8 p.m. Kicking off Saturday, we'll start cloudy, and then we will have a mostly dry day Saturday as well. Taking a look at the rain chance for today, though, before we get into the weekend, this is what I'm talking about, where we're not necessarily worried about flash flooding all that much. We could pick up maybe some isolated amounts of 1 inch of rain as some of those heavier downpours roll in from the mountains. Parts of it looks like Pickens County, maybe parts of Fannin County, where you did have a flash flood warning yesterday. You picked up like 2.5 inches of rain within a very short period of time. We're not expecting rainfall totals like that with these showers that are going to drift in tonight. So don't think we're going to have to worry about flash flooding. But if some of those showers do develop later this afternoon, they still could carry some heavy rain, but it does look like they'll be pretty quick passing. Now, going into the weekend, we'll see slightly increasing rain chances on Sunday, and you can see we could pick up maybe about 1/10 to 3/10 of an inch, so nothing super impactful for you, but we are going to stay very unsettled through next week. So notice between today and Wednesday, we're looking at anywhere between about 1/2 inch to over 1 inch of rain. Highest totals will be south and east of the city. Again, we're going to have this low that's going to try to develop along the coast. We also have a stalled front down to our south. Both of those things together just going to provide a lot of moisture and some extra lift for areas mainly in south and coastal Georgia to really pick up a lot of rain the next few days, but we are still going to be quite unsettled. Here's a look at that weekend forecast for you. Mostly dry Saturday. Again, we will start cloudy. We'll see partly sunny skies tomorrow, so not wall-to-wall sunshine, but overall a nice day. The cloud cover will keep temperatures in the mid-80s, maybe a stray shower or two. Higher chance for showers on Sunday. It looks like mostly in the afternoon. Just a few scattered showers will be possible. Mostly light to moderate rain. We're not looking at anything super impactful, so don't go canceling your outdoor plans. But if you do have outdoor plans on Sunday, wouldn't be a bad idea to have a raincoat with you just in case, especially if you're going to be out and about for several hours. Let's take you through kind of the process. I've been talking about this front and that low, and now I'll show you what's going to happen. So First Alert Futurecast will start Sunday morning. This low developing along a stalled front to our south. What that's going to do is just wrap around Atlantic and Gulf moisture into our forecast. So scattered showers, here's a look at 3 o'clock on Sunday, will be fairly likely, about a 40% coverage. So again, not a washout. They'll be quick passing. And then as we go into Monday, that low is going to position itself over the Gulf. That's going to pump in even more moisture. So our moisture really maxes out on Monday. That's going to bring those widely scattered showers and thunderstorms Monday afternoon and evening. So it does look like it could be a pretty wet commute home from work and school on Monday. Let's talk about the tropics. Those are still very active. This little wave that we're watching off the Atlantic coastline right now, it's kind of just to the east there of North Carolina. Not going to develop into anything. However, we have another wave that is out in the central Atlantic right now going into the middle of August. So August 15th, this is the end of next week. that could potentially become our first hurricane of the season. Models have been kind of going back and forth on this. They kind of have it weakening and falling apart and then regenerating. So we're going to keep an eye on it. Regardless, it does look like this stays offshore, away from the lower 48. We have something called the Bermuda High that steers tropical systems. It's going to stay so far east, close to the coast of Africa. That's going to allow these storms to curve a little bit sooner. However, notice you see that red arrow a little further south of that first storm there. That is predicted to go closer to the Caribbean. Essentially what happens is that Bermuda High starts to strengthen and pushes a little further west. So that kind of steers storms a little further west, closer to the lower 48, potentially becoming a hurricane. This isn't the end of next week. This is the Monday following. So 2 Mondays from one Monday from next Monday. That was confusing. Forget about it. August 18th, we will have the potential for maybe another hurricane to develop. That wave we do need to watch. Again, that Bermuda High strengthening, pushing a little further west, it does look like that could maybe impact the Caribbean, could maybe impact the Atlantic coastline. Models are all over the place with it, as they should be, because this low hasn't even developed yet. So if you don't know where to start, how do you know where to finish, right? So just know we are going to be watching the tropics very carefully, because it does look like they're really going to start to heat up going into the middle and end of this month, which is typical. August is a busy month for us in hurricane season. It is when we see the most uptick in activity leading into the peak of season in September. Here's a look at your first alert 7-day forecast. So today, if you're headed to the Braves game, Marlins are in town. If you're not heading to the Braves game, you can watch it on Atlanta News First tonight. 83 degrees, few stray showers possible this afternoon and evening. Saturday, mostly dry, mid-80s. Sunday, slightly higher coverage of showers. Not going to see a ton of sunshine this weekend, but we will see the sun. And then Monday, our first alert weather day, widespread rain and storms for the afternoon and evening. You want to keep the umbrella handy because we'll stay unsettled into the middle of next week. Thursday, we do start to dry out a little bit. It looks like a pretty strong ridge starts to build in, or at least tries to build in, and that will bring our temperatures closer to 90 degrees and keep us a little drier rounding out next week. All right, everyone, I hope you make it a wonderful day, make it a wonderful weekend. Thank you, as always, for joining us here on Atlanta News First Plus. I have enjoyed it with you these past several years now. Make it a great weekend. Stay safe. Enjoy whatever you do, and we'll catch you here next time.
Stay up to date on your latest weather from the largest team of meteorologists in the Southeast. Download the First Alert Weather app for hour-by-hour forecasts and join us every weekday at 11:30 a.m. on ANF Plus. You can also text weather to the number on your screen, and we'll send a link directly to your cell phone.